That, by the way, is the deer line. Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm old, fat, and tired, and thank you for tuning in to the OFT Nation. But we're in the lower plot, new plot, the small plot, short plot, however we're going to call it, whatever you want to call it. That's where we're at. And this is the very last row, or row 22. And this would be straight yellow squash, not quirk neck, just straight yellow squash. And that was transplanted. We picked it up from Country Gardens last Saturday. We put it in the ground last Sunday, so today is exactly a week in the ground. And seems to be doing okay. Hopefully we'll get some yellow squash. On that next row over there, that is various cucumbers that I started. We'll see what they do, and if they don't do anything, then we'll wipe them out and start a row straight from seed, direct sowed. This is a production run. It's primarily going to be for making relishes. Put the trellis up this weekend. It doesn't go down as far as I would like it to. I may try to tap those T-posts in a little bit further, but no, for next year. Definitely need to go down about 6 inches past the stabilizers to get that webbing closer to the ground. All right. And that's primarily straight 8s on that row. There's a handful of some lemon, cucumbers, there's a few gherkin, stuff like that in there. So we'll see what we get. This is a row of cantaloupe. Picked that up from Country Gardens as well last weekend. And yeah, again, I'm not too happy with the bottom of the trellis, but that is what it is. And these, I'm not even sure if I'm really going to grow on the trellis, but there they are. We have 6 of the ambrosia, which is down there on that end. And we have 6 of the sugar cubes down here on this end. And we'll see how those go. And that would be row 20. Row 19, Janice and I sowed a row of okra this morning. That is emerald velvet. Emerald velvet. And again, today is Sunday, April 26th. Alright, this right here is 2 struggling rows of Charleston gray watermelon. They were transplanted last week. I started these from seed and trays. They've been struggling ever since I planted them. Hopefully they'll pick up here. I did plant some seed in between these to try to get some to come up. Successive crop, however you want to look at it. Fail safe, plan B, they're in the ground. So that's row 17 and 18. Here's the upper orchard up there, and we'll get to those in a second. And right here we have row 16 and 15. So I turned the water on for about 15 minutes just to make sure we don't have any leakages or anything. It looks like we might be. Hold on 1 second. Oops, sorry about that. I actually forgot that I was doing that. So we do have a little bit of a leak right there in the filter head. And we did before as well. Alright, that way any leakage will get absorbed and used by the plants that are in there. So this is 2 rows of Jubilee watermelon. And these 2 were also struggling, and they're also started from seeds in containers. They've had a rough history. But anyway, that's them in row 16 and 15, and I also have seeds planted in between these as well. Let's go around to the other side. That, by the way, is the deer line. Sorry about that. But the two rows I'm fixing to show you are the Roma bush beans. That's two double rows. I forget what day we started those. They were direct sown. I'll try to put the date up here somewhere. But that's two double rows of Roma bush beans, and they're full of blooms. Yeah, they're just full of blooms, and all down on the inside of the plants everywhere. But and that takes us down here to the 4 rows of sweet corn. This is bodacious sweet corn, and they're doing well. Oh, by the way, those 2 rows of Roma bush beans, I fertilized them today, side dressed them with 10-10-10 and healed them up a little bit. Also did the same thing with the sweet corn. As big as it's getting, I think this will probably be the last time I'm able to get in there. So I went ahead and I ran the tiller in between the rows, and I put down a layer of, or a sprinkle of 10-10-10, and then a sprinkle of 34-00. And then I side dressed or pulled them up to the corn plants. And that'll probably be their last feeding before harvest. And we've been looking at these dates. We're getting some harvest dates coming in about a month. We'll be harvesting potatoes, we hope. These are the 2 rows of potatoes. We got the red potatoes here, and we got the yellow potatoes here. And they're looking good. They've been healed a couple of times and side dressed a couple of times with 10-10-10. And then on their last feeding, I went ahead and just sprinkled in some 34-00 into the mix as well. And those have a harvest date of about a month. And this first one here on this row here is getting some yellowing. I'm not sure if it's a deficiency or if it's just getting tired and starting to wind down. This is a second row of emerald velvet okra that me and Janice planted this morning. And we haven't watered them in yet, but we are expecting some showers here later today. And if not, the water system will come on in a couple of days and water in for about an hour and a half, and that'll get those seeds activated. All right, so this is row 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Row 5, and this is a row of zucchini. There's not sure the actual specific variety name. It just says long green zucchini on it, I believe is what it says. This was also purchased last weekend at Country Gardens. Moving on down now to the nightshades. In row 4, this is a row of celebrity tomatoes. I haven't seen any tomatoes on there yet, although we are starting to get a nice set of blooms there. The stalks are real nice and healthy. And I put on their 3rd string of Florida weave today. And I also put a 3rd string on these Romas right here. There's plenty of Romas down in there. But that 3rd string probably could have waited on, but there were a few in there that needed it, so we'll be able to fit the other ones in as they catch up next week. Row 2, this is a half a row of banana peppers. Janice and I harvested a few last night and ate it with supper, and that's the first 2026 harvest. By the way, all these peppers and tomatoes were fed today some 10-10-10 and healed up. And this half a row of banana peppers is looking good. Plenty of nice blooms in there. So I'm expecting an abundant harvest of these soon. And then in row number 1, we have a row of bell pepper, and they're looking good.